Today, I'm off to help Katie, who's a nurse, and Chris, who works as a civil servant. They scrimped and saved for 7 years to buy their forever home.
The main achievement, really, was being able to afford a house in this day and age. As a nurse and a civil servant, it's really hard. It's hard times.
After buy-in, Katie and Chris spent another 2 years getting together the cash they needed to renovate. They planned to start with the kitchen diner. But the first time they employed builders to sort a damp problem in the dining room, things quickly went wrong.
The work that was carried out kind of left everything in a mess and made it worse. And so we were left with walls with plaster hanging off and a huge damp problem that we needed to do something to fix.
As soon as you walk into the front dining room,
Oh my goodness.
the scale of the challenge is clear. The underlying damp problem has been resolved, but it's left its mark. This is interesting. Feels like it's just kind of...
Yeah, and that cracked nearly straight away when we had the work done.
I think this is a real red flag. If someone's going to come along and plaster your room, it's so strange to have any cables on the outside.
Yeah.
You would just chase those in. Oh, it's such a shame. What is your dream when you bought this house and you walked into this room? Because it's a beautiful room with a huge window, the arches, everything about it is quite incredible.
We just really want a space where we can entertain our friends, our family, kitchen discos.
Kitchen disco!
Yeah, and the kitchen at the moment is such a dark, dingy room.
Katie and Chris want to swap over the kitchen and the dining room to give them a bigger, brighter kitchen overlooking the front garden. And to make more space, they want to knock out the disused chimney in the corner. It's an ambitious plan. It'll be a massive undertaking, but I think they can achieve their dream upgrade on just 15 grand, if I can teach them how to do a substantial chunk of the labour themselves.
How do you feel about a pastel coloured ceiling?
I would love that.
Starting to layer in pastel pops of colour throughout the kitchen will add contrast to their bright white units.
It's very nice. Don't stop now, though. It's still a bit more.
If you love it,
He's getting bossy.
then here you go.
Thank you.
And then we're going to follow through with splashback tiles in a range of pastels.
Your colour scheme.
I love them.
It kind of just picks out, you know, the yellow ceiling, the pink taps. So I thought we should try and incorporate all of the colours into the tiling pattern.
It's like ice cream, like retro.
Yes.
The tiles and materials come to £180, but the labour could cost another £300.
How do you feel about tiling?
I've never, ever done it. Don't know where to start.
It is not as intimidating as it looks. It can be quite fun, I promise.
Yeah.
I want to go for a random pattern to make it quirky. And I'm so pleased to see Katie is taken to a task that in the past she would have shied away from.
Chris would he would be the one trying to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, he'd probably do this, yeah.
But he's taken on so much else, hasn't he?
Yeah. He is knackered.
Are you knackered?
Yes.
So you're nursing all day?
Yeah.
And then doing DIY. What type of nurse are you, Katie?
I'm a child and care nurse, so I work with children in foster care. I see children from 0 to 18.
God, you've got such an emotionally demanding job.
Yeah. It's a great job, though. I do love it.
But then you're coming home and tiling.
Yeah.
I think Katie's fallen in love with the tiling. And you could see the joy in her face and how happy she was to have put those tiles on the wall. So next time I come back, you'll have the whole kitchen tiled.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Just 3 months ago, this was an unused dining room with cracked, crumbling walls.
It's so good, isn't it?
I'm actually speechless.
Yeah.
It's now a retro ice cream parlour of a kitchen, packed with colour. The walls are now complete with those multicoloured pastel tiles. They cleverly bring together all the colours throughout the kitchen, from the pretty pink tap to the bold green archway. Where the chimney breast was, now stands a statement baby blue retro fridge. The beautiful checkerboard flooring over the concrete base Chris laid carries through that blue. The natural oak worktops and stool tops create a contrast that lets the surrounding colours breathe. And the spotlights add a warm glow to the natural light from the front window.
It's the amount of light, isn't it?
It's so bright.
It was like a dark garage light before.
I'm so blown away. This is your hard work.
Yeah.
I love all of the pops of colour. The yellow ceiling really works, doesn't it? And all of the handles and the tiles and the archway.
Definitely.
Because they're all part of the same pastel palette.
Yeah.
Every little pop of colour drives you to the next pop of colour and it just works.
Yeah.
How does it feel being in here? How does it feel walking into this room?
It's just so... We just come in and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Before it was kind of really dark and cramped, whereas here it's kind of light and there's room to skip around.
We just want to be in here all the time.
Oh, good.